I'm Michelle Yanachan, and this is Fast Track's Insider Guide with my top travel tips from around the world. From August 5th, the world's largest arts festival, the Edinburgh Fringe, takes place in Scotland's capital. There'll be over 40,000 performances packed into 250 venues. Anyone can perform, and anyone usually does, from students to superstars. And overlapping from August 12th for 3 weeks, the Edinburgh International Festival this year celebrates Asia's artistic heritage. There'll be the Peony Pavilion by the National Ballet of China, plus a chilling performance using puppetry, dance and film based on the novel The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. The world's best athletes will be testing their prowess in South Korea from August 27th. The city of Daegu in the southeast of the country is hosting the World Championships, and for a slower pace, try a side trip to nearby Gyeongju, home to the country's greatest Buddhist art treasures. From August 12th is the Gyeongju World Culture Expo, 2 months of cultural events in the city. King protea, orchids, pink and yellow ericas, and carnivorous sundew plants. The spring flowers around the Western Cape in South Africa are coming into bloom, a spectacular display in one of the world's most precious floral kingdoms. Closer to Cape Town, pay a visit to Kirstenbosch National Botanical Gardens. It also happens to be the best time to see whales off the Cape through October, so this might be a good one to combine. Sweden has its first marine national park, centred around the pretty KOSTER Islands, a good spot for cycling, sea kayaking and seal safaris. Close by in Gothenburg, you can take the Göta Canal cruise to Stockholm with historic stops. Or if that's too sedate, stay in town for the Way Out West Festival, one of Europe's best summer parties, from August 11th. The lineup includes Prince, Kanye West and Pulp. I'm just back from a big drive around Malaysia, where I found renting a car one of the best ways to travel around the peninsula, with its excellent roads and a very decent standard of driving. Come during Ramadan, which this year lasts almost the whole month of August, and in Malaysia it's not only called the month of fasting, but also the month of food. The country's night markets, some of the best in Asia, come into their own after sunset, transforming whole streets into an array of open-air restaurants. On August 13th, Germany marks 50 years since the building of the Berlin Wall, and there'll be a photographic exhibition along the former border till August 31st, depicting life when the city was split. I like to walk or bike along the Berlin Wall Trail, which runs 160 kilometres, mostly along former patrol routes, with regular map displays and information panels on the city's history. And finally, the land of the midnight sun lives up to its name this time of year. 24-hour daylight can be experienced north of the Arctic Circle. The Arctic summer is short and intense and is the best season for kayaking and hiking. And if the landscape inspires, get training for the tough Polar Circle Marathon in October, which is part run on an ice sheet, as well as the tundra, frozen lakes, and through an Arctic desert where musk oxen and reindeer roam. Thanks for checking in with my Insider Guide this month. Until next time, happy travelling.
Thanks, Michelle. Now, the 7 wonders of the world are some of the most visited tourist sites on the planet, and with good reason. Back in 2007, this exclusive list was updated, and now the public are being asked to vote again. This time on the 7 wonders of nature they think are most worth visiting. We sent Amandeep Bangu to one of the hot favourites, the Iguazu Falls, on the border between Argentina and Brazil.
Originating more than 200,000 years ago, this is one of the widest waterfalls in the world. Spanning across 3 kilometers on the border of Argentina and Brazil, the name Iguazu in Guarani translates as big waters. And in full flow, there's 275 separate waterfalls with 13 million litres of water spilling over every second.
With views like this, it's no surprise that Iguazu Falls is so popular with visitors to both Brazil and Argentina. But you can get much closer than this.
3 circuits give you different perspectives and proximity to the falls, your view changing with every step. Varying from 1 to 2 hours each, they're accessible to most visitors.
I can't believe I'm literally standing on the tip of a waterfall and the sound is deafening.
This huge, furious cauldron is the devil's throat. The extraordinary force of the falling water generates a permanent mist, rising 100 meters and seen from several kilometers away, and soaking all sightseers. So what are the chances of being selected as one of the new 7 natural wonders of the world?
We're convinced that we have a wonder of the world and we want to show it to the world. Now I'm going to take you to a boat ride and you will never forget it.
Before I get on board, I've been told to change into my swimsuit. I think I'm about to get very wet.
I got a feeling. If I was nervous watching the other boats from a distance, you can imagine how I feel when it's our turn and we get closer and closer. Feeling the full force, I can hardly face the falls. And with the overwhelming roar of the water ringing in my ears, I'm told our expert boatsman is taking us in for a second drenching.
I am soaked to the bone, but that's going to be one of the most thrilling rides of my life.
Relatively few visitors venture beyond the immediate area of the falls. But the National Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and its surroundings, offer the chance to trek in the subtropical rainforest and spot the many bird species the area is renowned for. To encourage you to extend your stay, there's a wide choice of accommodation to suit every taste, from high-end hotels in the jungle setting to smaller rustic eco-focused lodges. There's 28 destinations vying for a spot amongst the 7 new natural wonders of the world. All hope selection will attract more visitors, generating important revenue to help preserve the areas of natural beauty.
This will produce a lot of new jobs for our country, and those jobs come from showing what we have. This is our factory. We don't need to build nothing. That's nature. We want to show it to the world.
The campaign's website has details of all nominees and the opportunity to vote. As for Iguazu Falls, the joint Argentine and Brazilian bid highlights this isn't simply a sight to see, it's one to experience.
Amandeep Bangu visiting one of the hot contenders for the new Natural Wonders of the World, winners to be announced on the 11th of November. But that's it from me for now. Do join us again next time if you can, when we're off to Singapore, where Carmen finds out why the city-state's workaholics can't log off on holiday. And if you're still hungry for more, you can always go to our website at bbc.com/fasttrack. And if that's still not enough for you, you can try bbc.com/travel for more features, tips and destinations. But from me, Fiona Foster, and the rest of the Fast Track team here on the Space Coast in Florida, it's bye-bye.